Alexa, open Tank Check.
Hello and welcome to the Mopeka Tank Check Gateway. You can use me to check the status of your tank check sensors. Try saying, what is the level of my tank?
So the first thing that we have to do is to actually install the app on our phone. So we'll just search for Mopeka here, and it comes up as Tank Check. We'll go ahead and install that. Now we can go ahead and open that up. It has a couple of permissions. And it first comes up and it says that there are no devices added. So we need to go ahead and actually sync the sensor, and we're gonna hold it for up to 10 seconds till this thing appears over in our phone. There we go. So here's the first device, and it does say tank level is empty because of course I don't have it installed on the tank. That is all that is required to get this thing turned on and synced into the app. So from here, we'll go ahead, we'll get this installed on the bottom of the tank, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so I've got just a little bit of a straight edge here so that I can see if the depth and everything is going to be cool. And it looks like this sensor is thin enough. I'm not going to have any problems getting this into the appropriate positioning. Now, probably should not have put that on before cleaning the bottom of the tank. I do see a few little bits of grit on here that I want to get off. And I'm just going to clean this real good with a alcohol prep pad. Let that dry for a second. Now I've got my tank laying down, and the process is going to be similar for whether you get the Pro size, which is for these big 100-pound tanks, or if you have the regular size for the 20-pound tanks. 20, 30, and 40-pound tanks use a different sensor than this. They're just incompatible due to the sheer size. But you basically want to center this so that it sits flush and parallel to the ground. Now, of course, my tank level is starting to read because it is on the tank, but I'm laying down and I'm mostly empty on this. So we're gonna go ahead and tip this thing up and see what happens. Now it will take a moment before it figures out exactly how much is in there as it settles into place. So I'm actually going to move this tank where we keep it so that it kind of levels out. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get the second one configured. So same process, we'll do the sync thing. There we go. So now, as you can see, the original sensor that I put on, the first one, says we're at 32%. So I want to see if I can rename these. Go into here, we'll call device name. So it's going to be the white tank. And we'll call it tank 1. And its size is 100-pound vertical. And then we can have it update at different rates. 30 seconds is probably just fine. Then we'll just go back. I did that on the wrong one. Go back into settings. We'll call it Gray Tank 2. And this one's a Manchester. 2. And I can change this one to White Tank 1. We'll make it 100 pounds. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this on the bottom of my other tank. So I tried to slide this on the bottom of the tank and the rubber came out. So I'm hoping I can get that thing back in. And just based on how everything looks, it looks like it should fit in that space just fine. Not too much protrusion. Alright, so I think I got that back in there just fine now. Now we know. Note to anybody who gets these. Don't slide this around on the bottom of the tank to get it positioned. Take it all the way off and then straight back on. Now, just gonna line this back up, and there is a little arrow on here as well as on the cap, so you can just get those lined up, and that's so that this sync button gets aligned properly. I think that's about as close as I'm going to be able to get that. Very sensitive, and since I don't have a level surface to put this on, like completely level, I guess I'm just going to have to leave it like this. I may think about getting some sort of patio brick or something that I can level out in this space so that I know that it's going to be level, and I can permanently like put a mark on there to know exactly where it needs to go. Alexa, open Tank Check.
Hello and welcome to the Mopeka Tank Check Gateway. You can use me to check the status of your tank check sensors. Try saying, what is the level of my tank?
What is the level of my tank?
Sorry, I'm not sure which tank you meant, but you have two sensors. White, tank 2, is at 0%, measured 8 minutes ago, and gray tank 2 is at 100%, measured 8 minutes ago.
That's kind of interesting because I have renamed the white tank to White Tank 1, and the Amazon device still wants to call it White Tank 2. So this is another interesting thing. Now, I've renamed the tank to not include parentheses. When I had parentheses in the name of the tank, the Amazon device did not know what to do with that. So if you're going to use the voice recognition stuff, don't use any like special characters. I don't know how quickly the updates occur into the cloud. The thing about the voice recognition that I don't like is that it only takes the TankCheck app only takes one command before it shuts down and you've got to open it again. Alexa, what is the level of Gray Tank 2?
Gray Tank 2 is at 100%, measured 4 minutes ago.
Alexa, what is the level of Gray Tank 1?
Sorry, I don't know that, but you have Mopeka Gateway enabled. Do you want to open it?
Alexa, list the levels of all my sensors.
Taste, common sense, sight, smell, future.
Not quite what I was looking for,
taste,
right? Alexa,
pleasure.
stop. Alexa,
Taste, common sense.
stop. She's annoying sometimes.